What's up, guys? Welcome in. It is officially April 18th, 3 days past tax day. Hope everybody did their taxes. Um, Welcome, guys. Good to have you guys here. Good to have you guys with us. And we got a special guest here today in the usual 10 a.m. live. So, Bill, welcome in. Good to have you. Good to see you. What has you fired up and excited for today?
Well, like I told you, Dan, I'm really pumped. We know what we got, but as far as our pay plan, I've been really looking at it. I'm trying to get better at, presenting it to some of these huge leaders, because I'm missing the gap there. But I'm excited. What I'm trying to tell you is, like,
Hmm.
we have the best on paper. When we had Ivy the other day, and I really broke it down. I cut his presentation in all these different pieces. I got one short one out there. And just anyone that is looking, a leader, and is looking just at the math, there's no better math. And that's what I want to get out there. And then for the naysayers to say, well, whatever excuses they have, we're 20 years. So no one can say anything really about the company,
Hmm.
because we've proven, they're solid. And then our math. And at the end of the day, I'm going to say one more thing about that. We love products and services. Everyone does.
Hmm.
But can we just be honest with each other? All of us, just be very honest. Um, 90%, I was going to say 70, 90% of our affiliates come in for the pay plan.
Yeah.
So shouldn't the pay plan be more important than falling in love with some lotions, potions, or pills? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't the pay plan be more important?
Yeah.
Maybe you help me out there with Dan, or maybe someone else. But
Yeah,
that
I mean it's
that's what I'm
pretty
excited about,
basic, you
the
know.
math.
It's pretty basic. Any opportunity that I've ever been with over the years, I've always joined for the business opportunity. The products are always secondary, but the key is the products, they have to be relevant and they have to be real and something that is tangible that people can actually use. So, like when we looked at, let's just talk about our opportunities here over the years. Like we had something that um we had a savings membership before, and the savings membership actually worked. There's discounted travel, there's ways to save, all that other stuff. And we, believe it or not, like we have, I'm going to share this. I want to talk about this today because I want to show you guys. I actually made a video this morning for YouTube. I know it's crazy, right? Making YouTube videos. And I did it on the travel site, and we have a savings portal inside of the travel membership. So, whether you're in, Canada or Australia or whatever it is, like you have the opportunity to like share the fact that you have savings, right? And, like our products should be something that the average everyday person can use. And like, you always use the example, like, can Aunt Nilly use them? Is this something that like Aunt Nilly or Grandpa Joe, like, can they, use these products and actually get results and actually, get, a benefit? Is there a feature or a benefit that they would be excited about? So not everyone's going to like, supplements are great. Protein shakes are great. Multivitamins are cool. Like, um, supplements like Alpha Brain and stuff like that. Like those are all cool, but not everybody takes supplements.
Hmm.
Does everybody want to save on their taxes and put more money in their bank account? Like that's pretty obvious. Um,
I
so let me
think that
just.
I think that we have a need. Our products are a need, not a push.
Mhm.
We don't. Everyone needs our products, so that's what we have to educate them. And before you get into it, Dan, I know you're going to say something also, but when you get into the video, just one little thing that you did, that you're going to present, is that that's what excited me. You
Mhm.
really you showed more images of the products, and you went into them briefly, but you got the job done. That's my one of my favorite parts about your video that you're going to talk about a little bit.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things today, guys. One, mainly, I want to share with you and show you guys some things that I stumbled upon when, again, creating videos. And this is stuff that we've talked about for weeks, months. You just got to get out there. You got to go do it. And as you're doing it, you'll find more information, stuff like that. But when I was making my video this morning, I want to show you guys what I stumbled on because I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. People need to know about this type of stuff. And want to share with you guys and let you guys know. I know I hinted at this a couple of days ago. We are going to have a new funnel coming out, and I'm very, very excited about this. And I want to share that and talk about that with you guys. But just, I want you guys to realize, whether you're watching live now, you're watching the replay, like, like we're in a really, really, really good spot right now. We got so many awesome, awesome things going on. And, when we look at, where we've been, what we had, what we've been through to get to this point that we're at right now, it just feels like a total and absolute blessing because, like, um, I try to stay away from the cliche line of everything happens for a reason, but I can honestly say that what we've been through, as a team, the ups and the downs and back up again, like it really helped kind of shape and mold like who we are and like I mean, Bill, let's face it, like when we last year when at the beginning of 2024 we shifted gears, our company crashed, we shifted gears, we started something new. We learned a lot from that experience. Like I don't think there's any
Absolutely.
shadow of a doubt that like we learned a lot going through what we did.
Yes, I personally learned a lot. I learned that the haste decision, although people had success on when we got jammed up and in our haste decision, that I know all the principles for choosing a business. For me, everyone has their own opinion, but for me, you know, it made me even more experienced that I s- now I know 100% low ticket outperforms because I don't have to look at my paycheck. I can look at
Yep.
everyone else's paychecks. I can look at everyone else's sales. I got the data.
Yep.
Low ticket outperforms big ticket. That's number one. Services, just like we said, outperform products if they're marketed the right way. And then just becoming more bulletproof. And then the most important thing, and I've said it last week, is having a company that has low overhead. This is like when choosing a program that we have low. I'm not afraid when I wake up the next day that the company could run out of money or something like that.
Yeah.
I will tell you that, both companies, uh, our first company, it was created out of a living room, out of a dining room on a table.
Hmm.
Um, full disclosure, the CEO told me, he said his bank account wasn't going up, but he's working on passion. That's nice, but that's not a good position to be in. And
Yep.
then our little relapse company, our little temporary
Our
company,
rebound, we had a
a re
relationship rebound.
a rebound, they were all over the place. Like as far as
Yeah.
trust, we had no trust. Uh, we had passion, but our trust was not there because we were helping them fix all their little messes that any experienced business would know. You know, to pick on my econ guys, it's amazing. Me and Dan offer help to our first and then our second program, and they take it. And then our third, my econ, they take our help, but lots of times they're like, we got it," and me and Dan are like, "Oh no, oh no." Well, why don't they use us? And then they come out and they just do all this good stuff
Yeah.
with their IT department because it's not an MLM IT department. It's a
Yep.
real IT department. And it's not like just your favorite buddy running the shop. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And that's one big difference too, Dan, that I just become even more wiser in this industry.
Yeah. And speaking of like, we learn a lot. We've learned, and here's the thing, guys. Like, we're always, always learning. What the right move is to make for the team. Like, we always, 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 always have the team's interest at heart here because when we were in our previous opportunity last year, and it was a mouthful. We had like three different things to market. We had travel, we had health and wellness, we had digital education with forex and crypto and stuff. And it was just a freaking mouthful. And like what we very quickly realized is that like there was only a very, very small percentage of people that were making money. And we had this big, huge team. And it was just like, man, we're freaking people are struggling. They're not getting this. And that's when we shifted gears and we made the switch to my econ because it just made more sense. We went from that to financial education products that people actually use, income shifting, credit repair, debt elimination, all those things like just the average everyday person needs. It's low ticket, everything's less than $100. And what Bill's talking about here when we're working with the corporate team and we're helping, like we've been working with them, I think, what, Bill, since like October to get global, to make global go live. We work with them since October. And then finally, when they made global live, and this is what Bill's talking about, like sometimes they're just like, hey, like we got this. They made it live. And then Bill and I are literally sitting there like on the phone, on the website. And we're like, oh my gosh, like every single link has, select your country. Like, why did they do that? Why isn't it just on the global membership? Why did they put it on all the links? And then we're like, it took us like
Wait,
24 hours and we got like all like animated and like fired up and we're on the phone with Ivy and we're literally like, um, kind of like freaking out about this. And then we're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Of course they put it on every link. Because now if someone goes to the $25 link and they're from Australia, they can still sign up. And we're just like, duh, of course that's why they did it. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're in a really good place with a really good corporate team that makes smart decisions and they make decisions that are really, really good for you as far as, look at this. 6 months, guys, 6 months of free money, free cash money on the table right now, which is absolutely awesome. So, it's, I'll just digress here for a second because there's other companies out there. We all know like Modere a week ago just got shut down. 23 years in the business, just boom. You have those standard supplement companies, lotions, potions, protein shakes, cosmetics, stuff like that. When those companies don't change with the times and they don't get into the world of digital like we're in right now with my econ, it's very, very, very hard for those companies to stay in business. And the crazy part is, I actually know a couple of the Modere reps. Some of them, one of the reps I know has literally been with Modere for 20 years. 20 years. Had a ginormous team, made an incredible amount of money every single month. And I reached out to her when Modere shut down, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, so sorry," And it was kind of like a two-part deal. I just kind of said, number one, hey, really sorry that happened to you. That just must be horrible. Your email inbox or your Facebook Messenger inbox must be blowing you up. People hitting you up left and right. And I just said to her, I said, hey, let's just have a conversation. Before you make a decision, because you know, I think you just need to understand, what I got and how that could help you. And I know this is a little bit of a pitch, but um, just hear me out. That's all. And then she literally came back. And this is the part that blew my mind. Like, absolutely blew my mind. It's like, you were just in a supplement company that financially couldn't support its members, had to close down, file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And what did she decide to do along with a few other leaders from that company? Start their own brand new supplement company. And I'm like, ugh, like, did you not just learn anything? You know what I mean? It's just like, so, and here's the thing, guys, in this industry and make money online, I'm not just talking about like, specifically network marketing or specifically affiliate marketing. Some people are just, they're in their rut, they're in their lane, and they can't, you guys hear the expression all the time, you can't see the forest through the trees. And I think that's one thing that we've been able to benefit from over the years as a team, as we collectively all like work together, we gather information and we try to make the best decisions for the team. How can we help the most amount of people get the most amount of results? And we've learned a lot. We've been through a lot. We've experienced a lot of different, personalities and corporate leadership and stuff like that. And I feel like, we could not be in a better situation right now than we really are. So I'm sure, Bill, you'll agree on that as well.
yeah, just the model we're just getting. We're all a team. We're all team here. We're all getting experience on what the right model is. And if you haven't caught on, there's a hint. All these companies that are failing, some of them 20 years, as Dan said,
Mm-hmm.
one thing they're doing common, forget about the product. What they're doing is they're shipping physical products. Physical products. I mean, you want to take on Amazon? I don't think so. So my point is that services and digital lowers the cost. And basically, like Ivy said, if for anyone that wasn't here, um, we don't have any overhead. Everything's air. Except, there's merchant services, and then our outside services, there's some fees, but our in-house services, there's no fees. So, what the whole thing's paid out in the first month. And it's just better math. It's better math. Before you even look at the products, it's better math. You got to know how you're going to fulfill them, how you're going to deliver them. And it's just business sense. It's just smart, smart business. And people are making the same mistake. I put a couple posts about it. Like all these companies, there's another one, Signature Home. They either going out of business or they're changing their pay structure
Hmm.
because you're sending physical products, it's expensive. So right off the bat, even if they're paying shipping costs, there's still problems. Products don't reach places. So yeah, back to what you said, Dan, digital services um, is the future. And I've learned real quick, just to be pick on myself, I'll never do a binary again. Okay. Matrix is at the bottom of the list. Can I tell these guys about Matrix? What my team was like over at the other? So our first fulfillment company guys, so the reason why I'm going to mention this is because when we tell you stuff, it's from experience. We don't just go, oh, we hate that company. We
Yeah.
tell you our problems that we had, and then you do what you want with it. So I just said I'll never do another binary. Matrix, I had 4,200 active. That means after everyone quits, comes and goes, 4,200 active unilevel in our first company.
Hmm.
And that means unilevel means they're like blood related. That's the most important thing. But the matrix was that, the big, pie in the sky. And, oh, you could do this.
That's where
So
your
the
monthly
matrix,
residuals came from.
yeah, so that's where the monthly residuals were. So I had 4,200 active, but out of those 4,200 active, because of the way a matrix works, they literally I had less than 2,000 people, members, teams that I was
Hmm.
getting paid on in the matrix. Because in a matrix, every time someone joins you, they're building their own team. It's not a real team. We're a team. As far as we go, when you bring someone in, they're helping build their team and your team, but not in a matrix if you really understand how it works, because now they have to build their team. It starts from them down, and then eventually their team is going to fall off your team. So anyway, that's some things I've learned. Still learning here. And by the way, when Dan says we added my econ, we really were with my econ since 2018
Yeah.
active. We really went in a different, full disclosure, let's just lay it out here. The only reason why we added that other program, the Savings Club, is because we wanted global. And we did that until the CEO crashed it, and the global run was good. So now you know full circle why we wanted global in my econ. If
Hmm.
my econ had global in 2018 and 19 and 20, whatever, we never would have found the other company. So just some information for you guys,
Yeah.
how this all happened. So
So speaking of digital and speaking of, like everything we have is online, which is great, guys. There's no physical products to ship, none of that stuff. Um, so I want to show you guys something. This is really cool. I kind of staggered on this yesterday, and we've been talking a lot about, the content that's literally out there right in front of your face. And I was making a video literally this morning. So let me share my screen and show you guys. And you guys will all have access to everything I'm going to show you guys have access to as long as you guys are at the EBM level here. If you guys are at the FSM level, then you can just either upgrade or just wait till you're ready. But so when you go into the travel membership, guys, um, it blowed like and this is why I encourage you guys. You know how we've been talking about this week. Quick and easy pieces of content, right? You go in the back office, you see something like for me, this is how I make my videos. Okay. Every single time I either discover or learn something new or see something new, something that I maybe, thought I knew about, but maybe learned a little bit more about, like anytime I see anything like that with my econ, I create a video. And that's as simple as it is. And that's how for me, like I literally never run out of content. Because I've talked about this before. I told you guys my blueprint, right? 3 short form videos a day on 3 platforms, right? Every single day, 365, right? I make a full length YouTube video every single day, 365. And you might think, oh my gosh, like that's 365 videos a year. Like, how are you not running out of content? Because I always find new stuff. I always come up with new stuff. I'm always just trying to teach somebody, train somebody, show somebody something. And maybe sometimes it's just from a slightly different angle. It might be this, we might be talking about the same exact thing. Like, how many travel videos have I made? Oh my gosh, probably dozens. But every time it's just from a slightly different angle. Okay. So does that make sense, guys? Comment makes sense if that makes sense. And that's what we do in order to, to create that content. Okay. So it makes sense. All right, good. So check out the travel site, right? Anyone heard of Vedanta, like Vedanta Resorts, VI Danta, Vedanta? Anyone heard of that? Just comment yes if you guys have heard of them. Very, very popular hotel resort or hotel, branch or whatever you want to call it. There are a lot in Mexico. They're all over the world. 5-star luxury resort, right? So one of their hotels, and I was just kind of playing around with this, Grand Mayan Riviera. Let me just type all this stuff in. Grand Mayan. This one right here. So this is a really, really, really nice 5-star resort. I'm just going to pick dates. I'm not going crazy here. We're going to do a search. And I want to show you guys something really, really cool. Now, before I complete this search right here, we're gonna let that load, okay? And what I want to do is I want to come over to I want to look up Vedanta, right? I think that's it right there, Grand Mayan Suites. I'll just go to their main page here. Lionel Richie plays at the Vedanta Resorts. I didn't know that. It looks like he has maybe like a what do they call that? Like they have them out in Vegas, like so where I'm drawing a blank. They have
Cover?
like a permanent stay out there. It looks like he's
Oh,
doing that. What do they call that? Oh, residency. They have a residency, like kind of
oh
like
wow.
Garth has a residency in Vegas and stuff like that. I guess Lionel Richie's at Vedanta. All night long. Anyway, so you go to Riviera Maya, right? And we're gonna go learn more. I'm just going to their public site. So this is the one I want to do a search for. I want to see if I can find this one in the travel site, right? At a glance, we're going to go down. We're going to book rooms and suites. Grand Mayan. Okay. And I'm just picking this one because I know this one's supposed to be really, really nice. So Grand Mayan. We're going to go to the Grand Mayan Master Room, right? Full room details. Okay. Grand Mayan Master Room, Grand Mayan Resort, right? All right. Everyone see that? That's not per week, that's per night. Now, how many of you guys right now would be able to spend a whole week, 7 days, at $1,260 a night? Somebody do the math. How much is that? That's a lot, right? 1,260 times 7, and that doesn't even include like airfare, all that other stuff, right? That's just, you know, anybody want to go on a trip, spend
And
that money?
the public sites, they don't include taxes either.
Yeah,
Licensing
exactly. They
fees.
don't include
Yeah.
taxes and fees. Now, check this
Yeah.
out. You go over to our travel membership, and what are we looking for here? Let's go find. Here it is. Same resort.
Ooh, 75% off.
Same resort. Okay, see this right here? Grand Mayan Riviera. Okay, wait for it. Or would you rather spend $320 a night? Same room, same room.
Hmm.
This is why this is the type of stuff that you guys can include in your content, include in your language. Like if you guys are, as an example, making a YouTube video and showing this, this is why this is members only. And I talk about this all the time. Like it's think about members only. Like what does members only get you? As an example, I'll give you guys like a real life example of members only, right? Okay. This right here is my American Express Platinum card. Owning this card, I don't even know what the annual membership is. 500, $600 a year or something like that for American Express Platinum. I also have a um, American Express Hilton Honors card, and I also have a Platinum Sky Miles card right here too. So, what are the perks? What is the benefit for me to be a members only American Express Platinum member? Well, when I travel, I get to go into those fancy, members lounges like the Delta Sky Miles Lounge, because that's a members only thing. It's a members only club. So when my wife and I travel, like, yeah, I get free food, I get free drinks, I get big comfy chairs, I get the Wi-Fi, I get to relax and chill because that's members only. It's not open to John Q public. It's the same thing with our travel membership. You can't just go Google the MyEcon travel membership and get all these crazy discounts. You have to be a member, but that's what you guys have. So do you understand that? Like John Q Public goes to the Vedanta Resort and they're like, oh, like imagine like a husband having a wife or couple having a conversation. Oh my gosh, look at this resort. It's amazing. It's 5 stars. It's luxurious. It's all inclusive. It's in an incredible location. We're gonna get pampered. It's gonna be amazing. But like, like couples would save up, or not couples, whatever. Like people would save up probably for years to take a trip like this. And you guys could literally just go pay 70% less, 71% less, and pay 320 a night versus 1260 a night. Members only. Members only. Like, does that make
Include
sense, guys? And also, too, like right here, includes all taxes and fees.
that's huge.
Includes all taxes and fees. If we were to go over here and complete the booking process, right? I don't even know if it says it down here, but it would probably, once you actually go through and you book it, oh, then there's the groundskeeping fee and the room taxes and all this other stuff you got to add on there. Okay. And it would probably be even more, probably like $1,400 a night or 15. Who knows? Who knows? So I hope that makes sense, right? Yeah. 8,000. Thanks, Albert, for that. $8,820 for a week versus, see the total savings, $5,600 if I went in here and I booked the whole thing, right? And again, includes taxes and fees, right? Wait for the pricing summary. Wait for it. That's your total. So yeah, $8,820 versus 1917. And again, you're not going to find that if you're not a member. That's why they can afford to give you guys the discounts that they do, because this is a members only travel site. Okay. So when I found this, when I was literally, and here's just a content idea, guys. When I was in there just kind of poking around and looking at different resorts and just kind of playing with like, hey, what can I come up with? What can I find that looks really cool? Also, hey, maybe scoping some ideas for the wifey and me, right? And I just happen to, and then I go directly to their resort and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is nuts. So when I saw this, I literally just recorded a video and I showed people. ILT, you invest your time, you learn something, you turn around, you teach that to other people. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Again, it's just like what we have is pretty freaking awesome. And this is like, again, just great digital products that anybody could use anywhere around the world. Real life, major savings. Like, we're not talking about like, hey, sign up for my program and you can get an extra 5% off the next time you do X, Y, or Z. We're talking over 70% off public pricing. That's pretty insane. So
That's a video right there.
that
With
is a
that
video.
no,
That's
with that hotel brand. That brand right in there. Are you looking at this hotel? Like if you go back to your search, you show everyone in the search, you can search by savings. So you can find in every city, every resort area where the top hotels are, the biggest savings compared to public, and you could do public comparisons. There are some rules, but rules are bent, you can bend them a little bit. They don't like I'm not telling anyone not to do this, but they don't like if you show dates
yeah,
on our private membership. But yeah, whatever. You can find a smart, crafty way to get it out there,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's just, I mean, that's just crazy, guys. And I even in my video, the video that I made this morning, I even said like, I'm like, man, I really feel bad for the people that don't realize this type of membership is out there. I feel bad for the people that pay full price because like maybe you went through a travel agency, right? Maybe you went through a travel agency and they're like, oh my gosh, Vedanta Resorts, they're amazing. You got a book, right? And they charge you the most amount of money, the highest margins possible. So the travel agency can make money, the hotel can make money, and you're out of pocket like thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, that trip right there, you're
Yeah.
spent like if you did a trip like this and you did it without this membership site, I mean, you'd be out of pocket over $10,000 for 7 days. Most people don't have that type of money, you know? So I feel bad for the people that, and this is why I love letting people know about this. Like, I love letting people know, like, what we have, the income shifting, you know? That's why I want more and more and more of you guys to go do that so you can put the feedback in our Facebook group. So, like I talked about yesterday, like multi-purpose, we could show people, oh my gosh, we got real people adding real dollars to their bank account. You know, you could use that for your content. It creates retention for the people actually using the products because they're using the products and they're getting great benefit. They're going to want to stick with it, right? They're going to want to continue to use that stuff. Okay. So, awesome stuff right there. Awesome stuff. Yeah, you could totally make long form videos, short form videos, all of that. All of that. So, Bill, let's talk about hopefully, I would say at the latest, guys, at the latest by Monday, um, we're going to have a new funnel coming out. Hopefully at the latest by Monday. Now, I'm really, really excited about this because, like I shared with you guys this week, I was kind of scouring and seeing like, hey, what's out there that's converting really, really well right now? Like, what are some, top money makers in the online affiliate marketing niche? Like, what are they promoting? Let me go take a look at that. And this is one of the things that we've always done really, really well over the years. Like, we go find something that's working, and then we go take that and we make it better. So that's what I decided to do. I did some homework. I found some funnels that are out there. I found some videos that are out there. And, we just took that and, in my opinion, we're going to take that and we're going to make it even better. So that's what we did. Bill, I sent the video and I sent the sales page to you the other day just to kind of preview it. Why don't you give everybody your reaction when, you took a look at it and you went through it?
Well, I keep it real. Dan sent me the video, and sometimes Dan
Bill might
sends,
have dropped a couple of F-bombs when he reached back out
yeah.
to me.
So he sends me stuff sometimes, and you can't always get to it. But he knows I always come back, even if it's a day later. So I was sitting there. I said, "Oh, I got to watch Dan's video because I really want to critique it before he goes live." So I watched the whole video, and I texted him a couple F-bombs. I said, because I got goosebumps because it did everything that it needs to do and more. It's clear, it's simple, basic, the way it needs to be, like we used to. But one of the things is, and everyone can vouch for this in the chat if you want. We all hear it. We do a great job with the opportunity. We could pick on ourselves. Sometimes we haven't done the best job with presenting the products and services. And
Mhm.
he didn't even speak about it in the video much. It was his slides,
The words
his
on screen.
slide
Yeah.
on the screen, his slides when he got to each product with a beautiful picture of the product. He just had what it was, basic, and a 5-year-old could read it.
Yep.
It was just literally like clear, and it just like what reason why I got excited because I'm tired of hearing people say, "Well, what are the products?"
Yeah.
Even though we tell them what the products are. So it just does a better job in my opinion. So and as far as the presentation, we already know that similar presentations are out there that are doing really well with Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is they're selling worthless stuff without value. We have the value, so we're gonna knock it out of the park. So yeah, I'm really pumped with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here and show you. So what I'm working on right now today is I'm crafting out the capture page because the sales page is probably like it's probably like 85% done. I got to tweak a lot of the phrasing and the words and everything in there. The video's done. The video's 100% done. That's ready to go. And this whole weekend is just going to be tweaks. I'm just going to be doing like little tweaks. So here's the sales page. I'll swing back to the sales page in a minute. This is the capture page. And again, I'm working on this. I just started working on this morning. Okay. So Again, just started working on this morning. So once this is actually like ready, um, we'll either send out push notifications. We'll obviously go live. We'll show you guys. We'll let you guys know there's a new funnel, and then we'll add this into the app and all that other good stuff. But what I was really, and I was talking to Bill about this. What I was really aiming for with the funnel, specifically the video, I wanted basic. I wanted really basic. And I'll be honest with you guys, one of the sales videos, the very first, like when we first became the funnel team, and this was even technically, this was before the funnel team. We actually called our team something else. And I won't say the name because it just makes me cringe, but we called, yeah, Bill knows the name. We called ourselves something else. And the very first funnel that I put out had a video just like the one you're about to see. And it was very simple, very basic, just words on screen with occasional images. And it converted. That's the funnel. To be honest with you, that's the very first funnel that we did that launched our team. It got us hundreds of members. So again, always, guys, this is always important. We talk about this a lot. Like we always reflect back on what worked well when. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to kind of get lost and get like overwhelmed right now and kind of overthink stuff and be like, oh man, like, we just need more sales. Like, what can we do? Instead of being like, oh my gosh, what can we do? That's when we look back, we're like, well, wait a minute. We had this crazy month. We had this crazy month. We had this crazy like period of time. Let's go back and see what we did back then. And that's literally all we did with this funnel here. That's all I did is I went back and I was like, let me go revisit, number one, what's working well in the marketplace right now? What do we do before? Because as I was looking at some of the funnels that are hot in the marketplace right now, I said, oh, this is also similar to a video that I did. I'm not even kidding you guys. I think it was 2021. It was right after we just got started, 2021, maybe like December of 2021. Um, and it was our first actual team sales funnel. So we kind of mirrored that, but I wanted as basic as possible, like white background, black, just red and white, like just simple. Because as we know, guys, like simple always wins. And I've seen some crazy sales pages with so much information, and I just wanted simple and straightforward. Okay. And I have a feeling like that's what's going to work here really well because it worked really well in the past. So this is the capture page right here. Again, probably going to tweak this. I literally just whipped this out this morning. Very basic, headline, subheadline, button. Like no, there isn't like a novel underneath it. It's just very simple, gets the point across. Sales page here. I'm going to scroll really quickly through it, but I'm not going to hang out a lot on it because I'm still tweaking all of the words. But the top half of this is pretty much done. And I'll show you guys the video here in a second. So again, just basic. And again, I went with a visual background, just for like subliminal messages there, like sitting, tropical beach, all that sort of good stuff. But the whole page itself is literally just black and white. Okay. So you get that there, and then scroll through it. There's a lot of just great value points. The whole thing here is like, lifetime membership for the funnel team and our system, $0. It goes from right there directly to the sign up page. That's all covered in the video if people actually watch the video. And then you just got great testimonials here. Okay. And by the way, I've taken a lot of these screenshots from our TFT results page. Okay. That's why it's there. Multi-purpose. Okay. A lot of just great bullet points here, some proof, documentation, all this other stuff, how to use our system. Very straightforward. Very like, here's how you use your system. Here's what you do. Like literally that. Normally we would charge you $2,000 for that. 100% risk-free guarantee, all that other stuff. So in the video itself, kept it really straightforward with literally just words on screen. For most of it, let me turn this volume. Oh, let me mute that 1 second there. So most of it is literally just words on screen like you're seeing here, and there's occasional images that pop up. So let me show you the point that Bill's talking about when we covered the products. We got a lot of I have a lot of testimonials in here, which is really great because we're showing proof. We're showing people making money using our system, which is really cool. Let me see if I can find where the products are. Again, how to use how to use our system right here. We're talking about what people get access to, what the make money online process looks like. Again, here's everything you guys get access to. So
There
here's
it
the
is.
products right here. I'll kind of show you guys, see if I can show you guys this right here. This is what Bill was talking about. Again, just really quick, like income shifting, 10 to 50% increase in your paycheck, extra money every single month. Credit, fix your credit, remove negative items, increase your credit score. Very basic, but also very to the point. Okay. And then I don't have any words on screen because I really want people to actually listen to the video. And that's, again, part of the basic point of it. You really want people to kind of remember what I said yesterday, guys, slow down to go fast, right? Want people to slow down, absorb the information, get the information, and then get started. And that's also another thing that I want to key in on here. In this entire sales page, and this is all part of like slowing down to go fast. There's one button to join. In the entire page, there's literally one button. It's right here. Normally, I would have multiple buttons all throughout the page, but I created one button on the page because I want people to get all the information on the page, and then I literally want people to go, oh crap, where's the button to join? And I want them to search for it because I want them to digest more information as they're going through the page. Okay. I want them to get as much information as possible. So that's why I only put literally one start button on the page versus putting them all over the page. Because a lot of times, as we know, sometimes people will get started and, how many times do we see it where someone wants to get started or someone's looking at your sales funnel and they're like, well, what about this? What does this do? Or how does this work? Or whatever. It's all on the page. Literally everything's on the page, everything's covered in the video. So if they watch the whole video, if they read the information that's on the page, it should, in theory, wishful thinking, it should, in theory, minimize questions. But, well, obviously, as time will tell, we'll see how it goes. But very excited about it. It's worked in the past, it's working well right now. That method, that style of video, that style of sales page, we've used it before on our team. So, pretty excited about that. Been working on it probably for close to a month now. So hopefully by Monday, that will be ready for you guys. So let's plan on that. And that's I think that's it, Bill. Unless you got anything else,
No, I mean, when's it
covered a
going
lot
live,
today.
Dan? When's it going live?
Probably Monday.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah, it'd be exciting to let everyone, it's always fun to test something out, something new.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna hit some traffic myself, and yeah, I just want to go out and get it. I want our team to grow. I want everyone to make more sales.
Mhm.
And what's going to happen soon as we turn the corner, more and more people are going to start researching our company, and that's where you need to be out there. One quick thing back to the travel thing. Someone really could you know have a whole channel in the direction of being the travel person
Yeah.
and just picking on certain hotels and just saying we got a loophole to stay at the Ritz-Carlton to save you X amount of thousands of dollars, and then you explain it in your video how they can buy a $100
Oop,
membership.
got it.
Sorry, go on.
I got a. Who wants a content idea? Comment content idea down below right now. If you guys, I'm going to give you like the best content idea. The best. The best. Okay. So if you guys want to make a video, I'm going to give you the headline of your video. Here's the headline. Here's the opening hook. Here's what you have on your thumbnail. This is what you have in the title of your video. And it's called What Vedanta Doesn't Want You to Know. That's your headline. And then you're going to open up the video and say, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what Vedanta resorts don't want you to know. Let me show you something. And then you literally just go in and you just show them, hey, if I went and you go to Vedanta.com first and you go to, if you want to use Grand Maya Riviera, you go, you book the room, $1,260 a night. And then you're like, I have a better solution for you. I'm part of a members only travel club. And let me show you how it works. And then you log in and you go to it and you're like, yeah, $320 a night. This is what Vedanta does not want you to know. They want you to pay full price. They want to get as much money from you as possible, but you can get up to 70, you can get over 70% off if you're part of this members only travel club. Like, hello. And just like Bill was saying, you could do that with probably so many other resorts. This is what Marriott doesn't want you to know. This is what, whoever.
Now, I wouldn't do what I'm going to suggest because I don't like doing this. I like to get paid on my work, but someone could split test this. I got another idea with that. Same exact thing Dan said, but you can go over how they can get a membership. And by the way, at that hotel, a $60 a month membership for 12 months is going to be less. It's going to be less money than the savings. You follow? But what you could do is this again, because we're trying to get team members. But if you want to split test it, you could let them use the how they're able to get a trial account, Dan. You know how we can do that?
Yeah.
I think it's the boomerang. And literally you can give them access and they can save half of what they normally would save. And the goal would be is that now they want to convert because they tested it. But that's a split test. If you want to do that, that's up to you. I like the way of just saying, hey, become a member, but that's available too.
Yeah. And so you guys know too, like exactly what Bill's talking about right here, boomerang rewards. We had this same exact rewards in a previous business opportunity. Okay. Starts with the letter J. You guys know what I'm talking about there. But when you guys click into here to go to boomerang rewards, this is one of the things that we talked about with our previous business. And this is one thing that you guys have access to that, most of us didn't realize that you even had access to this. Okay. So when you guys utilize this, you can share your right here, copy to clipboard. You guys can share your travel membership link. People can create a free account. And this is what is really cool. When they save money, you earn money. So as an example, they save $250, you earn $250. You could put that 250 towards a trip. You could literally redeem that $250 for a gift card. And a lot of people don't even realize this. But again, more perks of the travel membership that a lot of people don't know. But there's really, really, really awesome stuff out there, guys. So again, just making sure you guys are aware of all that. Okay. All right.
Excellent.
Well, rock and roll, guys. Have an awesome Good Friday. Today's Good Friday, so have a great rest of your Good Friday today. Have an awesome, happy, fun, safe, enjoyable Easter weekend. I hope you guys eat some really good food. I know I got people coming over. I know this might sound crazy, but I'm smoking a brisket this weekend. Somehow I got voluntold to do that, but I like smoking, and I'm looking forward to it. So, Bill, anything fun and exciting this weekend?
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Easter.
Yeah.
It's Easter.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a major holiday this weekend.
Little brunch,
Yeah.
little praying, some prayers, and
Yep.
spend time with the family, you know?
That's it.
Yes.
All right.
And build. We never stop.
Yep. All
The
right,
funnel
guys.
team.
Rock and roll. Appreciate you guys. The sales are out there. Go get them. Go create that content. Stay focused. Stay positive. Make that decision. Be unstoppable. And hey, we'll see you guys on Monday, and we'll unveil a brand new funnel for you guys. Catch you then. Later.
Thanks.